Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So the other day I was scrolling Pinterest, as one does, when I came across the cutest creature I had ever seen, an axolotl. And obviously I had no choice, I had to make one. I started by unwrapping the clay, then I sliced it into thin strips and brought out my good old pasta machine, which still hasn't got a name. Suggestions are welcome. As always, I started the head with a ball of tinfoil and built the clay over the top. This axolotl needed that very specific "I know I'm cute" expression. The gills were surprisingly difficult. I wanted cute frilly axolotl gills, not accidental demon horns. Then came the feet. Tiny, fiddly, absolutely worth it for the little foot beans. For the second axolotl, I decided it needed a chaotic energy. So naturally, the mouth was wide open. Is it singing, screaming, about to eat something? I'll let you decide. Cutting a giant hole in the face was quite terrifying. You guys know it's gonna work out. I do not know that. I'm just hoping for the best at this point. After 30 minutes in the oven, they're ready to paint. I started with a very rough base coat. Since I'm going to fluffify the face later, no one will see most of this, but it helps hide the clay colour if I miss any spots. Then I went in with the darker pink to make the visible areas look nice and vibrant. To fluffify the face, I cut random fabric shapes and glued them directly on the clay. Here I'm using PVA glue, but I did go back later with a glue gun for extra security. Once the glue dried, it was time to trim. But before that, I decided to repaint the mouth, which was a bit of a mistake, because loose fluff got in the paint and made it all lumpy. Anyway, back to trimming. I grabbed these terrible scissors and convinced myself they'd be fine. They were not. Instead of fighting them, I just grabbed a normal pair, and suddenly everything was fixed. After trimming, I glazed everything. Once again, I probably should have done this before adding fur. I pre-painted one axolotl off camera, but left the second one so you can still see my process. This was the first time I had ever used an airbrush, and I was very excited. I heard that thin layers keep the fabric soft, so I tried my best not to go overboard. I used plastic armature to build the body since I was very low on wire. Then I used white fabric so I could airbrush it to match the head. Looking back, I definitely should have painted the head and body at the same time. I know watching sewing isn't the most exciting thing, so here are some axolotl facts. Axolotls are a type of salamander, but unlike most amphibians, they never lose their gills, which means they stay underwater for their entire lives. They also have no teeth. Instead, they use suction to pull in and crush their food, which is honestly terrifying when you think about it. The average axolotl is about 20 to 25 centimeters long, roughly the size of a guinea pig or a standard envelope. Even with thin layers, the fabric still felt a little stiff, so I gently brushed it with a soft brush, and surprisingly it really helped. This project had a lot of firsts for me: glass eyes, plastic armature, airbrushes. It's not my best art doll ever, but for my first time using all of these things, I'm actually really happy with how they turned out. Now, I need your help. What should these two be called? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.